Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I had a comment on my last video requesting me to look at the differences between each difficulty on Hogwarts Legacy. This is exactly what I have decided to do in this video. I have played through the prologue of the game on all 4 difficulties, looking to see what the differences are between them all. Before we begin, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, it really does mean a lot to me. Now let's get into the video. The story difficulty is definitely made for those who want a more relaxing time throughout the game. The first thing that I noticed was different was the difficulty when learning new spells. Normally when your character learns a new spell, a red glow will appear and it is up to you to reach the end before it catches up. There are a number of button prompts you can hit along the way which speed up your progress. However, on story mode the red glow does not seem to appear. This means that there is no pressure at all to complete it quickly, and as a result you do not need to worry about pressing the buttons along the way. It is a small difference, but one that I thought was worth mentioning. The biggest change between the story mode and the rest of the difficulties comes with the combat. The first thing that I wanted to note is that the different difficulties do not seem to change the amount of damage you do to the enemy. Instead it changes the way in which the AI attacks you. In story mode, the AI does not seem to attack you that often. In fact, at times, you can stand still while in combat for a large amount of time without taking any damage. When the AI does attack you, you have around 7 seconds to react before being hit. This gives you a lot of time to defend yourself. If on the rare occasion you do get hit, you hardly take any damage. I figured this out while trying to count how many hits it would take before you were killed. When your health bar gets to 0, nothing happens. It seems you cannot die while playing on the story difficulty. This seems to be one of the biggest differences between this and the rest of the difficulties. Story mode is made, as the name rightly says, for those who wish to focus more on the story and explorability of Hogwarts Legacy. Players will have no difficulty in combat, and this is something to bear in mind when considering which difficulty to pick. It is made for those who want a more relaxing experience, or for those who do not game that often and have decided to buy Hogwarts Legacy due to their love of the wizarding world. If you are someone who is not interested in the combat at all and instead you just want to play the game to explore and enjoy the story, then the story mode is most definitely the right difficulty for you. On easy the difficulty is slightly increased. When learning new spells, the red glow does seem to chase after you, but only after a delayed start. As a result, you still have time to learn these new spells without having to hit any of the button prompts. The combat in easy is slightly more difficult than it is in story. The AI attacks are definitely more frequent when compared to the story difficulty. I noticed the difference straight away. When you are given the prompt to defend, you are given around 4 seconds to react. This is of course way less time than what you had in the story difficulty. The biggest change however comes with the amount of hits you can take. As I stated before, in story you cannot die, and as a result you seem to be able to take unlimited hits. On easy you can die and it takes around 9 hits for this to happen. This makes the game a more difficult experience than that of the story difficulty. This is because you have to take combat a lot more seriously, and so if you are stuck between choosing story or easy, consider whether or not the combat means a lot to you. So to break it down, if you care a lot about just exploring and relaxing, but still want to enjoy the combat, easy is the difficulty for you. Normal is the difficulty I have been playing Hogwarts Legacy on, and from my experience it is the most balanced. When learning new spells, the red glow appears a lot quicker, and as a result you do have to make sure to hit the button prompts this time. You can afford to miss the odd button prompt, but I have found that it is best to hit all of them just to be safe. The combat for this difficulty is much more balanced than what you would find in the story or easy difficulties, with the AI attacks coming more frequently. I would however say that the combat is still relatively easy compared to other games you may have played. When you are attacked, you are given around 2 to 3 seconds to react. This is of course less time than the other 2 difficulties. The AI does deal more damage, but not by as much as you might think. I once again put it to the test and it took 7 hits before I was killed, which is not too far behind the 9 needed in the easy difficulty. In my opinion, normal is a great middle ground. It makes the combat feel a bit more engaging, but still allows you to experience the story without much frustration. For most players, I believe this is the difficulty to play at. The final difficulty is hard, which is surprisingly the difficulty I had the most fun playing on. This is because the wand combat feels so much more engaging. It is definitely a lot more challenging, and this is something that should be taken into consideration. When learning new spells, you need to make sure to hit all of the button prompts, as the red glow is not that far behind you. This could only be annoying if you struggle with your reaction times. The AI attacks are a lot more frequent, with them seemingly attacking every few seconds. This means that the hard difficulty is made for those who play games quite frequently. When you are attacked by the AI, you are given around 1 to 2 seconds to reply, which is not a lot of time. Therefore, hard mode is definitely not the difficulty to play if you want a more relaxing experience. I once again checked how many hits it would take before dying, with it taking 5 hits. With the AI attacking more frequently, and you having much less time to react to these attacks, and then having so little health compared to the other difficulties, you could see how this difficulty could become quite frustrating. If you are looking for a more stress-free experience, I would not recommend this difficulty. Hard is made for those who want more of a challenge when it comes to combat. If combat is at the forefront of your experience when playing Hogwarts Legacy, then I would recommend playing on this difficulty. I hope this video can help some of you choose the difficulty that is best for you. I've tried my best to explore the differences, but there may be minor details that I have not yet discovered. Please let me know which difficulty you chose and why. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.